All right, so today's videos are going to be about my 4900 DT International. I've got, this is an old snow truck, and I'm trying to strip off all of the old snow stuff that's not needed anymore. I'm not going to plow snow with it, obviously. And so back, there was a side wing on that side, a side plow, and there was a bunch of frame to hold that plow. I took the back one off already. I already cut it off. The front one's got to go today. It's kind of tough to get to, but there's 4 bolts on this side, 4 bolts on the other, and then a little bit of welds to cut, and it should come off. Before I do that, when I moved this up here last night, more rat droppings. This truck has been a nightmare for that. The rats have been living in here, or one at a time. I keep getting them out, but then a new one moves in. And so I put a rat trap in here. I have not opened this yet. Kind of waiting to get the camera set up, and we'll kind of see together if he's in here. I put it in the cab. There's just no way to keep him out. I'm in here, so I'll grab the camera and we'll kind of look at this together. Kind of open this door and see what we see. So this door's kind of, well, nothing. That's unfortunate, but if you see back in here, it's just full of rat droppings. So I'm going to vacuum all this out. I really thought he might still be on the truck. I used the truck yesterday, or my neighbor did, to get some rock. And so I really thought there was a good chance that he would be in here still. My experience with these rats is that even if you move this equipment, they don't run. They hunker down and hide in there. That's happened to me on my Bobcat the last couple times. I move it around, power wash it, clean it, put it in the garage. I would think there's no way there's anything else on it. And then all of a sudden, the rat's in the garage. And so I was kind of hoping that same thing was going to happen with this last night. All right, well, get to work. I'll clean this out, vacuum that out first, and then I'm going to get the torch out and start cutting these bolts off. All right, so I'm going to start actually with this box instead. Searching around, this piece right here is full of mouse house and rat house. And it's also this whole frame. There's 2 rails here, and they're both full. So I'm going to take this off first, and then I'm going to have to try to cut some access holes in the back. I need to create a way, 1, that they're not getting in there, but 2, if they do get in, I need to make it so I can easily flush it out. And so this is a problem. This box really doesn't do anything. There were some old hydraulics that went through here, and I think this was just protecting the hydraulics from like splash up from the wheels. So it's not really doing anything. So I don't feel bad cutting it off. And then these obviously are frame parts, but I'm going to try to open up both ends. That way I can put a hose down it and flush them out. Put it at like this angle and put a hose from the top, and it'll flush all that stuff out. So I started cutting on this. I got a little bit more to do. And then I should be able to kind of pry on it and break it free. All right, so I should be able to hopefully bend this box down now and be able to cut the last piece off of it. If that's gonna bend or not. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna bend. Ow, that hurt. Okay, so I guess I'll just cut it. I guess I'll just somehow figure out how to cut that off. It's just not a great angle. I'm gonna have to cut it twice, maybe. Yeah, I'll probably have to cut it twice. So. Spark up in my ear. So, my lovely little friend, as I went to move the truck, I'm moving the truck. I was going to put it over here and wash out that first channel. I look in my rear view mirror and the little sucker jumped out of the truck. And so he's over here somewhere. I saw him run in the garage. And so he's here. The question is where? These guys are so good at hiding. So good at hiding. I wish he would have ran into that trap right there if it was open. He ran into this corner. Damn, now he's in this garage. I don't know. Not back there. Man, where did he go? I don't think he would have jumped in a bag like this. Let's make sure he's not in this chair. No, he's not in the chair. Man, I wanted to grab my phone just so I could show you guys if I found him. I probably should have found him first and then grabbed my phone because I gave him an opportunity to keep moving. I gotta believe he's gonna, what would make me upset is if he jumped on this machine here. I just spent time getting him out of that machine. Could have run out the door. He ran in that door. He definitely could have kept running and went out that door. That's a possibility, which would be best case scenario. I'm gonna have to put traps in this building tonight. I'll lock it all up and put traps in here. Well, but I know he's not on the truck. I guess that's a good sign. He jumped off the truck. So I definitely disturbed him with what I was doing. So, all right, back to cleaning the truck off. All right, one down, one to go. So not as much up in that channel as I thought there would be. Although I haven't put my head up in there with a flashlight to see if there's more way up in there. But definitely at the beginning was all house. But now this is all nice and cleaned out, and you can see right through it. So this will be way easier to manage not having this box on here. And obviously you have to cut all the rest of it off and clean it up so you don't get sharp edges or nothing anywhere. Ultimately, like I say, I'm going to paint this whole thing black like that. Once I kind of get everything cut off of it and blast it down as much as I can, and then I'll weld on. So you can see like there's a hole right there in the bed. I'll weld on some new plate on any of that stuff, anywhere it's thin, and then just paint everything black just to keep the rust down. I think as long as I do all that, it won't get any worse. And as long as it doesn't get any worse, then this truck will be fine. So on to the next channel. I'm going to cut another hole, another access hole on that side, free that channel up, be able to spray up in there. Then I'll probably cut the rest of this stuff off. I'm running out of cutting wheels, but I'll probably cut the rest of this off in the back. And then these front bolts here, those there, I think I have to torch off. I tried cutting them on the other side. It's very difficult to get in there. So I'll probably have to end up torching that anyways. So no big deal. So, all right, get back to grinding. All right, I feel a lot better about that. I got a lot of material out of those two channels, those two rails up there. Again, I haven't stuck a flashlight up there yet. I will. I stuck the hose, what I believe was all the way up there. And mostly out of the other end, all I got was rust. You see out of that right side, I got a huge pile of rust. So I feel pretty good that I think the rust was like kind of keeping them from going up too far. So the rats were only getting a couple feet up. They weren't going all the way up there. So I feel a lot better, and I got it all cleaned off. This is definitely ready to just kind of do the last little bit of grinding and then blast it and then trying to seal this rust up. And I think the back area here will be in good shape. And I don't know, they're not going to be able to live in there as much. I'm kind of debating whether I should put maybe some foam or something in there to keep them out, but they'll probably just chew on that, to be quite honest. So I think it's better. Maybe I'll just leave it open for now. See if I can very easily see them. If I see them build a nest in there and I can get it out quickly by just dumping the bed and flushing it with a hose, I'm okay with that. I'll just flush them out every once in a while and kill them. And so I'm okay with that as long as they don't, you know, as long as I can get them out. That's the important thing. It was very hard the other way. So I'm going to do a little bit more grinding on this, and while I got the grinder out, while it's sitting here, and then I'm going to move on to that. That's my kind of my goal for today with this truck, is just to get this back part cleaned up grinder wise, and then try and get this apparatus off. That's going to be a challenge. But I'll be pretty happy if I can do all that today. So, all right, back to grinding. All right, well, I got all the bolts cut. This is just barely being held. I'm just going to kind of drop this side. That side's still got a little weld that I can't get to. I kind of wonder if it'll just fall and kind of break. So I'm just going to loosen this, get out of the way, let this go down. I can hear that side. Yeah, that's still got pressure on it. All right. Well, that side's definitely free. Let's go look at the other side. I think it's just holding by that one little weld, and I am out of wheels, and a wheel actually won't even get in there. It's so hard. Yeah, that's just holding on that one point. Okay, so I feel pretty good. It's holding right there. I tried to cut it. It's just so darn thick that I got to do it with like a Sawzall or a wheel. And so I do have one, I got a little bit of blade left on that. I might just try to come across there and see if that'll just kind of break free, fall on the ground. So it's definitely not held by much right now. So do a little bit more cutting and see if it'll fall. Okay, I'm gonna try to use the Bobcat to just kind of pick it up, drop it, pick it up, drop it, and see if that'll snap that little piece of metal on the far side, just by bending it back and forth a little bit. There it goes. I'm going to take a look at that and see what the other side looks like. I want to see what that other side looks like before I do too much more blindly. Because I think it's broken now. I just need to get it off there. Okay. It's definitely separated. Not a lot of room over on this side. Oh, and it's pinching a cable. Darn, it's pinching a cable. Okay, how do I get that out of there? I actually need to go the other way with it. I need to go to the front. God, I need to like pick the truck up is what I need to do. If I could pick the truck up like 3 inches. How do I do that? I don't think this machine can pick the truck up. Oh, I think it's too heavy to pick up. Is that the positive or the negative? Okay, well, it's the good thing. It's the negative that's being pinched. So it does cut it for some reason. Excuse me, it's not going to arc the battery. I want to try going, I'm going to rocket the forward. Actually, I wonder if I just, yeah, let me get it forward. And then I think if I drive the truck backwards, it might just fall out of there. Let's get it forward facing first. And then I might just drive the truck forward and it might just fall out. Good. Not a lot of room for it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's starting to fall that way now. I think if I just back up, I think it'll just fall over. Let me go check the other side again. No, I don't know if it's going to just fall over, but it might. It might drag a little bit. Oh, it's kind of pinched in here. But it ain't going to hurt anything if I back up. It's not, it's just, it might just drag it is all it might do. So let's just try to back it up a minute. I can go back a couple feet and be all right. Ugh. Now I'm getting nothing on the truck. What is going on? Oh, I definitely cut something. Shoot. I definitely cut a wire. I cut a starter wire, I bet. Darn. I'm gonna have to get these batteries out of here and check them. I bet I nipped a little starter wire or something. It definitely crushed it a little bit over here. I'll try to get the camera over here and show you. Darn. I don't see it. I mean, it looks like I crushed the negative, but I don't see where I crushed anything else here. I'll show you. Let me get the camera. But obviously, it's starter's not hitting now, so I'm sure I hit something. It's just really tight right here. So that's where it was pinching right there. And you can see that wire's got a little bit of pinch from this thing right here. It's really in there. Like I said, if I could jack the back of the truck up, I probably could get it to fall out, which would be better, but I got to go up 4 or 5 inches. I just don't think I have anything that I can pick up this truck 4 or 5 inches. I'm sure it's this wire right here that got, yeah, I'm sure it's like that wire or this wire here. One of these two got pinched and cut. I think that's what this is, a starter wire. I don't even know. Oh, shoot. Be an easy fix once I get it out of there. But how do I get that out of there? Okay, let's go to try to pick the truck up. Again, I think the Bobcat's gonna laugh at the Bobcat, but I'm gonna try it. Put the Bobcat behind it and see if it'll lift it. Probably gonna laugh at me. Any guesses on what the back of this truck weighs, anyone? I know this Bobcat will pick up about 2,000 pounds. We'll see. All right, well, kind of what I thought. I didn't think it was going to pick it up. Well, gosh, if I get the truck to start, it might fall out of there. All right, I'm going to turn the camera off, do a little thinking, come up with the next plan. Well, it was kind of anticlimactic, but it just kind of fell when I wasn't even really doing much. I tugged on it a little bit, thinking I was just adjusting it, and it just fell out of there. So, sorry, I wasn't recording. Basically, I just hooked the chain to it and pulled it from the front to try to readjust the angle, and that's all it took. So I'm going to get on this side now, drag it out, pull it off to the side, and then I got to try to put those batteries back in and see if I can get that to start back up.
Alright, I gotta move it a little bit, then I can get closer to it. Ooh, I don't like that. No, I don't want you going that way. Okay, I'm gonna have to rehook the chain on. Yeah, I don't want it sliding that way. That's gonna hit things. So we want it to go. I'm gonna hook it on this other side. I'm gonna hook it over here, I guess, to start. That way I can pull it the other direction. Don't hit the muffler. I don't really pull a lot with this bucket on here. If I did, I'd have to put some sort of a hook on here to make this easier. Okay, that should be good. I should have to be close enough now that I can really direct it where I want it to go. Make sure it doesn't hit anything on the way out. Okay. There we go. That's sliding good. I think once I get it free, I'm going to spin it. Let's see if I can pick it up in the bucket. Yeah, I think I'm going to see if I can stand that up in the bucket. I don't know how heavy that is from the other side, if I can stand it up or not. See if I can even remotely try to attempt to pick this up. Oh yeah, I can get it. Okay. Put the bucket in front of it, dump it up in there, and then I can take it wherever I want to take it. See if you guys can still see what I'm doing here. Readjust a little bit. Wow, look at that. Perfect. Without too much effort. Just, now I'm super dirty. Thing is greasy as all greasy. Alright. I like it though. I'm not sure where the heck I'm going to put it. I guess I'm just going to set it down there for right now. Out of the way. All right. Well, this project is almost complete. I just got to get the truck started back up and then put the batteries back in and start it back up. Make sure there's whatever that was that got cut gets put back together. So pause here until I get the batteries back in. All right. Well, got the batteries hooked back up. Found a couple other projects I need to do on this truck in doing this. So I really like that chunk of metal gone. It opens this up. You can see a few wires. That's all old stuff that needs to get cleared out. I can finally get under there and do it and just get all the grease off. It's just covered in grease, so I can't tell what's leaking and what's not. But check this out. See the muffler? Discovered this. Huh. Not even attached anymore. So whatever that little coupling is gone. To get a new one of those. So try to grab one of those for next time and then put my battery box back on. I also got to install my air switch. So I'm going to move. So I put a new air switch for the, I did this a little while back, but this air switch here controls the hooks for the door or whatever. I don't even know what they're called, to be quite honest, but these here, it controls that. And so I had to redo that. It was completely, this entire battery box was rusted. I built a new one. So this whole piece here is all new. And it had all kind of old stuff hooked to it and I cut it all off. But in the meantime, I had to get a new air switch. And so I'm going to hook this on the outside here like that. Just got 3 screws. So for right now, I'm not going to do much of anything more than just, I think, zip tie it up. But that'll be a little project. Screw that to the side of the battery box. That way the battery box will go on and the cover won't have to come off anymore. Because right now I was storing it inside. And then you'd have to take the cover off. It was kind of a pain. So stick that on the outside and button that up, and then I can put my cover back on this. This whole thing is obviously rusty as I'll get out, but I got a cover for it and I don't need to go in there anymore. So I think I'll just clean it up, put the cover back on. That'll be done. And then start getting ready, like I said, to paint it. So that's it for today on this. I'll come back here and continue working on more of it, but I'm really happy that I got that last chunk of metal off of there. Yeah, I just feel so much better about it. So you can see it had 2 of them. There was another one there. I cut it off. It had 2 big rails that went under this truck. And so, gosh, so much nicer now that you can see under there and work under there. So lots more to do on this truck, more to come. So I'll definitely put together a lot of videos. I mean, like I said, I'm excited to paint it. Can't wait to look and see what it looks like when it's all just gold and all black back here. I think that'll look really cool. So, all right, until next time. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, well, good morning. Really nice morning out. Okay, figure I'd give you a quick little update on our friend. Got him. So this is the one that was in the, well, this is my guess at least, because I haven't had any activity in this garage in a while. And I only had this in here for one night. So this is my friend that was in the dump truck. So yeah. I don't know where he was at. I couldn't find him, but man, they're so good at hiding. But just wanted to give you the update. So there he is.